Putos! We are your hosts.
I'm Enrique.
I'm Miguel.
This is PutoTech.
Welcome back.
Yeah, this is New Media Factory's tech podcast. Just in case this is the first time you've been watching, let's start.
There's a lot.
Yeah. Before we move on to the news,
Heads up.
yeah. Sorry again. It's about video games. Because if there's anything that I love just as much as tech, it's video games. Next week,
Games are part of tech.
true, but next week I'll try to lessen with the video game talk. Anyway, anybody who's wanting to play SimCity or tried to play SimCity might want to go back now. Because they just announced that you can finally play the game offline.
Offline.
And
So now there's no need to connect the server. So
No more lost.
You don't need an internet connection.
Exactly.
You just play.
exactly.
You have it installed, you play.
But one thing that's strange, because before when they were talking about it, they said it wouldn't be possible if not for a giant, engineering effort. But I guess they were able to figure that out.
They probably, because I believe the way it works is the engine is on the servers.
They said that, but then there were people that modded the game and got it to work.
So the
Without-
client has the engine.
Exactly. So it's kind of weird. There's all this weird controversy about them maybe lying. But anyway, if you've been interested in playing SimCity, you should probably check it out now. There's a single player mode
It's time
offline.
to buy.
Time to buy. And then another thing that I just added pretty late, Angry Birds Epic was announced.
What's that?
They're doing, so before this they did Angry Birds Go, kart racer.
Uh-huh.
So now they're doing Angry Birds Epic, which is an RPG, a turn-based RPG. So it's not,
How does that work?
it's not, doesn't look anything like
So
Angry Birds.
you have like a life bar and all that.
Yeah, there's abilities, you level up, there's an overworld.
So you're basically a bird, right?
And yeah, and I think you use
so
the birds.
you pick what kind of bird you are.
Probably. You're making
Then
it
you
sound
flap it.
strange. And then you flap it, yeah. And Flappy Bird's coming back. So anyway, Angry Birds Epic, it's not out yet, but they launched it in Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. Soft launch, it's like
Okay.
a beta. So if you really, really want to play it, you could make an account for those and then you can get to try it. I would just wait. It'd probably be better off if you just...
Why does it say Australia, Canada, and
Because that's
New
the
Zealand?
they're doing a soft launch in those.
So it's
countries.
available there now.
For those iTunes stores, yeah.
So right now, if you wanted to play
Just
from
make
the
an account.
Philippines, you have to make an. Okay, it's not IP blocked.
No,
You just have to have
That account.
One of those countries'
accounts,
iTunes
yeah.
accounts.
So if you really want to play it early, you could do that. And
Alright.
yeah, that's it.
And I have one too. Heads up, Kitkat is now rolling out the Sony's Xperia Z Ultra, Z1, and Z1 Compact.
Finally, that took a while.
Took a while, but you know,
Not that long. I mean, sometimes it would take like
I
almost
consider
a year.
it a while.
Compared to other
Oh yeah,
companies.
definitely. In fact, other companies might not even
Yeah.
roll out KitKat.
Yeah.
So yeah, kudos to Sony for that.
I think it's over the air, so you should be if you own one of those devices, you're probably gonna
Yeah, and
be
then
getting it soon.
You know, aside from the iPhone, which I am a user of, and and we've been. Did you see on social media we were being bashed for being too Apple-y. Anyway,
Were we? I didn't know that.
yeah, I don't care. It's true. See.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, but kidding aside, aside from the iPhone, I think the Sony smartphones are
Really great.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Really beautiful.
If it wasn't for this phone, that would probably be my phone.
Me too.
Yeah. And
Okay, let's go to the news.
okay, there's a lot. First one, I just wanted to show this off. Not really news, but it's a cool little website. I think it comes from World.
Hey
Hey.
man, I consider this news.
Okay, I guess this is
For those that don't know, especially.
yeah. It comes from WorldPay Inc. So what it does is it tracks in.
Wait. WorldPay Zinc.
Oh, sorry. WorldPay. You already wrote it down and I messed it up. WorldPay Zinc. So they have this website, this page where they track in real time how much all these tech companies are making.
Okay.
So people always talk about, oh, they make so much, but this one's like
But you don't have an idea how
just
much
how
until you
much.
see this, right?
Yeah. So what it does is it shows their revenues
God,
and their
look
profit.
at that. Look at how much.
So in like seconds, they've earned more than I ever will in my life.
Well, NMF will be part of this list, not in the
Okay.
negative though.
That'd be
Hopefully.
great down there in the lower left.
Yeah,
There's some
New Media
space.
Factory should be there soon.
We can take out Twitter.
Yeah.
Who cares about Twitter? Maybe that's really cool. Apple and Samsung, crazy. It's like
Well,
insane amount of revenue.
kind of obvious though.
Yeah, it is obvious.
Especially in the tech world. I mean, when I go out and when I go to Starbucks, for example,
Yeah.
people are using their mobile devices. It's either
And if you go to
Apple
Korea,
or Samsung?
Samsung owns the country apparently. Everything there, it's like
But
the
it's
theme
unfair.
park is
It's unfair. That's Samsung land.
yeah, they have their eggs in a lot of baskets.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you wanna just see how
But
much.
even in the United States, Samsung's really strong, right?
So one thing to note, Apple there doesn't have the highest revenue. That's Samsung, but they're the most profitable by a large margin.
Yeah,
it's
because
insane.
for every device that Apple sells, they make a lot more money.
Yeah, and when
Because
you
they
look
don't go for the cheap stuff.
yeah, so when you look at that graph, you'll see it. It's very obvious. There's a big gap. And this next one also.
Wait. When I say cheap stuff, I don't mean cheap plastic whatever device. I mean
low price.
low price.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
This next one comes from TheVerge.com. Tom Warren, he's their Microsoft guy. He has all the scoops all the time when it comes to Microsoft news. Apparently, Microsoft has an event later this month. I think it's on the 27th. They're going to announce Office for iPad.
Is this a rumor or is
This is pretty much confirmed. It's not like official.
So no
but it's
PR yet from
highly
Apple,
likely.
from Microsoft?
No PR, but it's widely expected that that's what they're going to talk about.
Honestly, they should have come
They
out
should have
with
done
one
this
a long time ago.
True, but they've been making a good push. Like I think there was another article from The Verge where they pointed out that in the top 10,
3 of them are from Microsoft.
yeah, in the top 10 lists apps on the Mac App Store, you have OneNote, Remote Desktop, and OneDrive.
OneDrive, that's correct.
And OneNote is number 1.
Yep.
So
Because
clearly
OneNote, as we discussed last week,
went free.
Yeah,
so clearly there's a demand for Microsoft programs on
and
Apple devices.
having OneNote and no Microsoft Office doesn't really make sense to me.
Yeah. I mean, I think it could.
It would, just like Dropbox.
Like an Evernote.
Yes, or Evernote. But I think they should attack more of the Google Docs.
True. And
Google Drive to Google Docs.
And I think it's going to start with this.
I think this is it.
But interesting though, they mentioned that it might be like right now you can get Office on your iPhone.
Okay.
But it's Office 365, do you know the subscription service? So I think the Office for iPad will also require the subscription, which for me is kind of like if they didn't require the subscription, it would be like a home run.
I'd rather they went for the paid app. Pay once.
It's not, but I think most likely it will not be a paid app and they'll require that subscription.
Well, hopefully they change their minds because
that could be really great for them if it was just a paid app.
Because I'd still rather use Pages.
Yeah.
If I had to pay for this on a monthly
or
basis.
Google Docs.
Or Google Docs.
Right? Yeah. So I think if they did that, then
although honestly Google Docs on the
not so great.
Yeah.
Not so great.
On mobile devices.
More for viewing, right? Yeah. So anyway, watch out for that. It's also the first time that Satya Nadella, their new CEO, first time he's gonna host a press event, so that'll be interesting. Hopefully they live stream it. We'll post it on PutoTech if there's a live stream, so you guys can watch it. This next one.
Oh yeah. So virtual reality.
Lots of virtual reality this week, right? The first virtual reality thing is Oculus Rift, their second development kit.
Not necessarily the first, but we'll talk about it first.
We'll talk about it first. Right? Their second developer kit. It's the Crystal Cove development kit, I think.
So basically, they're advancing.
They're
already on their second wave of developer kits.
Yeah.
And so it's available now for $350.
Up by $50. It used to be $300.
Yes. But I guess that is due to better
better tech. Yeah.
Better tech.
High res. It's more high res now. And there's more tech.
But this is for developers.
For developers, yeah.
So if you're developing something for the Oculus Rift, for virtual reality, this makes sense.
Or if you're just way too excited and have lots of money.
Yeah, if you have lots of money,
why not?
Yeah, why not? But I'm not sure if you're going to have any access to anything, any app or game.
I think you'd have to know somebody with some sort of hack, right?
You're going to need a friend who develops or someone who knows someone who knows someone.
Or have a source on the internet that does that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, they've been saying that it's vastly improved over the first Oculus Rift.
I would think so because, they were not necessarily first because VR has been,
done before.
Sony did this a long time ago.
But
I remember trying one, but now with current technology, I think
it's a better experience.
Yeah, and you know how what do you call this? The thing that that lets you know whether
The
it's tilted.
gyroscope?
The gyroscope. All that technology, and I think it's a whole
time
different. It's time.
I think technology is ready to do virtual reality right.
Exactly.
And interesting thing with the Oculus Rift, it now requires a camera, because before it didn't, and now it's tracking you in 3D space.
Which makes more sense.
It does, but
Because
it also
it can tell where you are in that space, so that boundaries.
but it's also a little more limiting because you have to be in front.
That's true.
But in the end, it's a better. It's more
It's
immersive.
like the Kinect, basically.
It's like the Kinect, exactly. And at the end of the day, I think it's better because it's more immersive.
Okay, speaking of Sony,
Yeah.
Sony has an answer.
Yeah, long rumored, but finally showed it off. They're also working on virtual reality. They announced Project Morpheus.
I read somewhere that Sony wanted to hire someone from the Oculus Rift team.
According to John Carmack, he used to be in id Software. He's now the CTO of Oculus.
Okay.
He recommended to Sony back in 2010 to buy Oculus Rift from
what
Palmer.
happened?
And I think Sony did say that they've been working on Morpheus for years now. So I guess back then they were thinking, we have our own thing in the works. Let's not do this. Let's keep doing our own thing. I think that's what happened.
Because I remember 2006, a friend of mine had one of those.
Sony.
Yeah. Oh, you know this friend, Iba.
Oh,
Iba had one
right.
of those. Anyway, I tried it. It wasn't 3D.
It was different tech.
It was different tech. It was just basically a screen that was close by your eye. But, I kind of got dizzy.
I heard it was kind of cool.
It was cool at the time.
Yeah.
Especially with the technology back then, and, size
Yeah.
was much smaller.
But it never.
Was much bigger back then. But they were able to fit it in such a small...
Did it actually come out, by the way? Like, was it for sale for consumers?
Well, Iba wouldn't have had one.
It could have been like a, developer thing.
No, he bought...
Okay.
It was his.
So anyway, back to Project Morpheus. It's pretty.
It is pretty.
At first glance,
it's so much more beautiful than the Oculus Rift.
It looks
That's
so
one thing I can-
futuristic, right? It's sleek, it's white, it has these
Did you see
glowing lights.
the photos of the first generation ones?
Yeah, it had like Move controllers taped on the top, so it had these balls on top of you. It looked ridiculous.
Yeah,
But
this one looks really good. It's something that I wouldn't be embarrassed to wear.
It looks cool, actually.
Yeah, it looks cool. I don't think girlfriends would like it.
Yeah, because you block them out completely. You don't see them anymore. Before they could just turn, but now it's like, oh, you're in your own world already. But yeah, with Project Morpheus, I think they have some details here. Let me pull that up here. They announced it on the PlayStation blog. It's 1080p. It's a 90-degree field of view. There's an accelerometer, gyroscope, and they're using the PlayStation camera, the one that you can buy for the PS4 right now. And they're also using PlayStation Move controllers, which some people bought.
DualShock 4.
The DualShock 4, the PS4 controller. Oh, and we forgot to mention, this is for the PlayStation 4. Oculus right now, that's for the PC.
Yes.
And Sony's Project Morpheus, at least initially,
will be for the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, designed for the PlayStation 4. Who knows what it's going to be later on.
So that means the PlayStation 4 will be coming out with games that are 3D.
Yeah, and they
Lots of them.
And they announced some partners. I think Epic and a bunch of others announced that they're working on
That's exciting.
content. And I know Oculus is doing great. I hear lots of good things about them. But then because Sony's such a major company, I think
they can put so much money into this.
Yeah, they can really drum up.
They can
the support.
overtake. They can definitely overtake. I think Oculus Rift. I do hope though that they keep the computer. Which was that? That the one they sold. The Vios Group. What's the name of their?
The Vio?
The Vio Group.
Yeah.
I hope they keep that kind of artistry.
Yeah. I see it in the way they did their.
Yeah.
And did you just get your Yahoo News Digest notification?
Yes, I did.
I really love that app, by the way. Anyway, Project Morpheus, one last thing about it. They don't see it as competition. They did an interview with Oculus and they were saying, this is a good way for more people to, accept virtual reality.
Well, yeah, exactly. Just like in podcasting, the more of us there are, the better the industry becomes. Because right now it's a single a single group doing a single thing, and if that's the whole industry, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right. So
I think
which is why you guys should also come up with your own podcasts.
So
help the industry.
So Sony coming in, more people liking virtual reality. That's a good thing for Oculus, for everybody. So that's cool. Long ways off, by the way. It's not coming out this year, and probably won't hear about it.
Yeah,
for a
Samsung
while.
will probably be first.
Maybe, you never know.
You know how that works.
They're really fast when it comes to that. Anyway, Apple news. There's some not really major Apple news, but I think significant, especially one of them. The first, I want to go with the more minor one. They're launching a new iPhone 5C. It's basically the same one. It's just a lower capacity model. It's an 8 gig one, and it's going to be cheaper. They're not selling it everywhere though.
But did they say how much?
I think it could be around 50 to 100 euros less
or probably
on contract.
free on contract, possibly.
Right now, the 4S is still in the lineup, but I think eventually
they will get rid of that.
They will get rid of that. I don't think they should with the 8 gig because 8 gig's really
I think they should
not
get
a
rid
lot
of the 4S already just because of the
of the connector, yeah.
Right? Unless they're going to come out with the 4S with the lightning.
And honestly,
cable.
I think the 16 gig should be the bottom. I mean, I like that there's an 8 gig and it's lower, but I really don't think it's enough space.
You know what? I used to always have the top of the line when it came to.
Do you mean like the 64 gig?
64 gig. In fact, my previous phone was 64 gig, but this one now is 32 gig. Why?
Did you realize you didn't need that much space?
It's not. No. I filled it up before because all my music was
because
there.
of the cloud.
But now because there's so much cloud-based stuff, plus LTE is fast enough.
You don't need it as much.
You don't need so much space anymore.
So maybe you think the 8
if you're
gig...
gonna go all cloud, then I think 8 gig's fine.
That makes sense. But if you're planning to store a lot of stuff, do not.
Yes,
do
not
not
8 gig, at least 16 gig, I think.
And even that's kind of pushing it. But yeah, do not get the 8 gig if you're planning to store a lot of stuff, obviously. The other thing I think is really important. For a while now, they've been selling the iPad Air and then the iPad 2.
Which is really ridiculous.
It's
I don't
bizarre.
know why.
It was really bizarre. They were saying that, for bulk orders for education and all that stuff. But I think it's crazy. It was like $100 less, right?
Yeah, and from the 2 all the way to the, what is this considered? Like the 5th?
Yeah.
The Air is the 5th,
The
right?
Air is the 5th.
So they were selling 2 and 5, none of 3, none of 4.
Yeah.
And by the way, 3 and 4 are basically similar.
Isn't the 4 faster?
The 4 is faster, but remember the 4th one was the one where it wasn't in its regular schedule.
It was sudden.
It was sudden, and people who just bought the 3 were,
yeah.
What happened?
Why so soon? It was. I think they wanted to unify the connectors.
Yes, I think so too. And they realized that the Retina needed a better processor.
Yeah.
And the 3 was kind of chugging.
We actually didn't say what the news was. We just went straight into the conversation.
I'm sorry.
So what's happening is, it's now the iPad Air and then the iPad 4.
Yes.
For $100 less. Am I right?
Yes. So no more 2. It's now 4 and the Air.
Which I think it should have been.
It should have been that way
from the beginning.
From the beginning. That's true.
Imagine if you bought an iPad 2 maybe, I don't know, last month or a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, you'd be pissed off.
That would be horrible.
You'd be really pissed off.
But if you did, you probably wouldn't know this is happening, right? So anyway, if you don't want to buy the iPad Air, which I think you should, it's the best one. If you want $100 less, it's okay now.
Yeah.
Because before I would say go for the Air or the Mini Retina or just don't. Because the iPad 2 is that's way too slow for
I'm
today.
one of the people who got the 3.
Did you felt burned when they announced it?
Yes, I did. Terribly burned.
Hasn't happened to me.
By Apple.
By Apple, yeah.
Oh, no. The first time I got burnt was I bought a Mac Pro, my very first Mac Pro.
Was it PowerPC?
Yeah, it wasn't a Mac Pro, it was a Power Mac.
Oh.
A week later,
a week? Okay.
Intel was announced.
That's the word. That's the biggest burn. Anyway, that's it for the Apple news. Google, on the other hand.
Android Wear.
Huge. This is huge. This is really exciting. They announced Android Wear. It's basically operating system for wearables, right?
Yep. So how different is it
compared to
Android?
You know what? It's very different. You know Google Now's interface, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's basically Google Now on your wrist.
Okay.
So all the stuff. I made a post about it. You could check it out, PutoTech.com.
Yeah, we have a video running right now where they're showing
all the different things you can do.
You can do with it. I think this is a great way to show you guys what it's all about if you haven't seen it.
If you're watching the video version of this podcast.
So basically what's happening now is, people around in the street are just looking at their watches.
They're not pulling out their phones anymore.
No more phones, so notifications are there.
Which is the goal of smartwatches,
exactly.
Right?
And I was hoping Apple would bring this out earlier, but...
Everybody has brought out theirs. Anyway, the phone that you're seeing right now.
Yeah, like there's a guy pouring coffee and, and a notification came out, so he just looked at his watch rather than having to get... his phone from his pocket.
Super convenient.
Yeah.
Right now, the phone that you're seeing, it looks really pretty. It's the Moto 360.
Not phone.
Oh,
watch.
Sorry. The watch, the smartwatch that you're seeing right now is the Moto 360. I'm not surprised they used it for all their videos and all their pictures because it's really pretty.
It is pretty.
It's rounded.
Yes.
It's a rounded display.
But right now, they're showing a square display.
Yeah, they're alternating between, I'm guessing the other one is the G Watch.
Yes.
LG announced the G Watch, which is square. But most of the time they show the...
I prefer the 360.
I think if you showed anybody the two, they would go, the 360, the Moto 360 looks exactly like a watch, like a pretty watch.
Yes, it does.
Right?
And it doesn't look geeky.
It doesn't look like a computer on my wrist, right?
I think the square ones are kind of geeky looking.
And if
not that I'm not a geek, but I am not a watch wearer.
Yeah. I need a watch, so I'm really excited for smartwatches. So they announced two, Moto 360 from Motorola and the G Watch from LG, but they say Samsung, HTC, and others are going to be making Android Wear smartwatches also.
I'm sure all the other brands are coming out.
I'm sure.
Hey, speaking of which, Samsung. Yeah,
that's
Samsung,
interesting.
Samsung.
They have the Galaxy Gear.
It's confusing me now, because they have the Galaxy Gear, which uses which OS?
The Tizen.
Their own, Tizen.
But
OS.
the first one used Android.
Yes. So how are they going to do this? Are they going to have two?
I think what happened last year was Android Wear didn't exist. Wearables wasn't in this place yet.
Yes.
So they made their own OS and they went with it.
Oh, because there was no OS capable of doing what they needed, they had to make their own.
I think right now what you're going to see is You
think they're going to move all towards...
I honestly don't see a point in doing Tizen anymore. I think they should just stick with Android Wear. But you know Samsung, they have lots of products.
Yeah, they'll probably do both.
They could easily do both.
They'll do both, and then I guess whichever is more successful for them, that's what
you
they
stick with that one,
right?
Which works. I honestly think they should just do Android Wear.
Yeah, hey, I have something to show.
Oh, what is this?
It's Razer's crazy cart.
What is this?
I saw this on Gizmodo. I was reading up on Gizmodo, and I saw it. It's a cool cart.
Is it
it's
Razer?
A toy.
It's not Razer, the company that makes gaming stuff, right?
No, it's Razer, the company that has the scooters.
Okay.
You know those scooters?
I think so.
They're like skateboards with the pole, with the handle.
Oh, there's a video.
Oh, there's the video. We're showing that. Look at this guy. So the kid is driving now, right?
Okay.
Now, if you look at the other side, there you go. See his hand? See he's pulling on a lever? Wow, look at that. He's drifting. Check that out.
So it's drifting for kids?
Yeah, it's drifting for kids, but it can carry us.
Wait, yeah, I just wanted to ask that. This isn't just for kids?
No, it can carry us.
But
it's marketed for kids. In fact, you buy it from Toys R Us in the States.
Does it say specifically that adults can use it? Okay, how much is this? As you can tell, I'm really interested.
I don't wait. How much?
Did they give a price?
Let me check. Yes, I remember there was a prize.
Let's look it up. While you're looking that up, how did you suddenly run into this weird?
Dude, I want it.
Oh, okay. Where would you drive? Where would you drive?
Anywhere, parking lots, anywhere, man. Anywhere it's flat.
EDSA.
Oh no,
that's flat.
No,
right?
please don't do that.
Should make a lane.
Wait. But okay. While I'm looking for the price, there are things though that may be an issue for people like me. It can only, with our weight, it'll probably have enough juice for like 20 minutes of driving.
Oh, and for kids it would be...
A little bit, 40 minutes is
40
what they say. But the thing is, you have to plug it to charge, right? It takes 12 hours.
12 hours?
And you can't buy an extra battery. So you go to the park, you bring it, you drive it for 20 minutes if it's us.
Yeah.
And then you have to go home.
And you're going to have to push it home.
By the way, it's very heavy.
Okay. It's not a kid's toy. It's not like super...
They made it really heavy so that it wouldn't topple. Which is a good thing,
Which
right?
is a good thing, yeah. It'll keep the kids safe.
Yeah, but I guess that's also why the battery life isn't that long.
That's cool.
So okay, if the weight limit clearly says it's 140, it's for 140 pounds. All right?
Okay, I'm in.
Right, me, I'm in. Think. Okay, so it won't let you get to the maximum speed of 12 miles per hour
If you're at that
if you're
weight.
above the weight. But, you know, did you see that video? Come on,
Yeah, it looks
you don't
really
have to
fun.
be 12 miles
If
per hour
you
for that.
decide to order this, you have to let me know because
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
racing on this
I hope they bring it here.
would seem pretty fun.
I really hope they bring it to the Philippines because, you know,
You sound very excited. There's another thing
Superman.
here that you
I can't do that with my car.
could
No, but I won't.
do it late at night
I won't.
in a
Okay.
what is this? A snap-on iPhone gadget that adds physical
Yup.
thumb controls? This is from Wired. That other article, by the way, was from Gizmodo. What is this? Is this like the Sony QX?
So basically, it's something that you can connect to your iPhone.
Uh-huh.
It's a device that you stick here, which gives you a grip,
Okay.
so that it's not awkward. You know how when you shoot this
It's
way,
very awkward,
It's,
yeah.
it's awkward, right? And when you shoot the other way around, so you can press these. Chances are you're going to cover the
lens,
screen.
yeah.
So this one, you have the grip on the right side. You know, basically it connects to the bottom end of the phone. So when you press, it doesn't cover. You don't cover
That's nice.
the lens, right? And you have manual controls. Well, as much manual controls as Apple would give you.
Is this more for the more hardcore
No, not
photographer?
necessarily. No way. Hardcore would be a DSLR, a mirrorless
I
camera.
know, but do you see
right?
like random people who just like taking selfies or something? Would they buy something like this?
No, for selfies, it'll be the next.
Oh,
news
right.
item.
The next
But
thing.
for this one, I think people who would like to use the iPhone alone,
Okay.
as their camera for everything.
Are they selling it? Is it for sale already? How much is this?
Oh, I'm not sure, but they've. It's a Kickstarter campaign
Oh,
that
nice,
raised
nice,
more
nice.
than
So what's it-
$45,000.
So they passed their Kickstarter.
Yep, for $70, you get an iPhone mountable hand grip that snaps into a special case that comes included in the package.
What's it called for the people that want to check out the Kickstarter?
What's the what?
What's the product called? The exact name for the
Oh,
Snap-on.
Snap Grip.
Snap Grip? Okay.
And that's SNAPP-GRIP.
Okay, Snap Grip. Okay, that's cool.
Okay, next. in the news.
Selfie.
Yeah, next is another
Selfies.
camera.
The ultimate selfie camera.
Yep,
This-
Samsung brought it out. They know who their market is. So it's basically a camera, a little tiny camera. It's called,
Mashable reported on this.
Mashable reported Samsung's NX Mini. So the screen flips.
Don't other cameras of that type
Yes,
do
but
that
this is
already?
a mirrorless model, and it's so
Okay.
tiny.
Oh, nice. So it's perfect
really,
for
really
bringing
tiny.
around all the time. and
Yep. So
perfect for those selfie moments.
Yep.
Is there price or anything on it yet?
I
feel like-
let's see.
I think if they
It runs on Tizen.
Oh,
OS, by the
wow.
way.
they're not giving up on Tizen.
The
apparently.
NX Mini goes on sale now, or
Uh-huh.
a few days ago, starting $449 for a kit with a 9mm lens.
Kinda pricey.
Yes, because it's replaceable lenses.
Oh, nice.
So you
okay.
can put a zoom lens. You can put, it comes with a
I
pancake.
thought it was a
9mm
point and
lens.
shoot. Okay.
No.
That's
so
pretty
you
good
can
then.
come up with really great photos with this.
And if they really just market it as the ultimate selfie camera,
I think it's gonna sell.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna sell.
they really have to. So yeah, I think we amazingly got through all the news.
So product showcase
Apps. Actually, we don't have any products
or
today.
app showcase. Okay.
I wanted to show people Unblock YouTube.co.uk.
What does this do?
Basically, you know those videos that you run into YouTube where you can't view it because you're not in the right country.
Oh, okay. So it's not for people who are in office spaces that cannot access YouTube because their network blocks it.
It might work there. I'm not
Oh, it
sure.
might.
That's a good question. If anybody wants to try that, they can.
Because that's how the URL makes me think that that's what
Yeah.
it's for.
So right now, usually people how they unblock it is they use like an extension
Yes.
on their browser, but some of those extensions aren't so safe. Like they actually get too much of your data.
They get a lot of your private information.
So if you don't want to deal with that and you just want a simple website to unblock those videos, you should check out Unblock YouTube. You can.
Wait, so how sure are we that they don't?
I am not sure. But then why would you? I mean, how could they get the data, right? You're just pasting. All you have to do on the website basically is paste the URL, and it'll go through their proxy, and you'll see the video.
It's a proxy server.
It's basically a proxy server in the form of a website.
But proxy servers work by taking the traffic and forwarding it to where it has to go. So in that part, they can be, the man-in-the-middle attack can be done.
It could be, yeah, but still safer than using an extension that has, access from you. I mean, permission from you for your data.
Installed on your computer.
Installed on your computer, yes.
Because this one, you don't install it, you just go to a website.
Yeah,
okay.
So Unblock YouTube. You should check that out.
That I think that's usable. I'll check some of those YouTube videos that I can't see. Anyway, I have two.
What is happening? Why are you the one with the games?
Well, they're really casual games. I don't think they're for you.
Okay.
But for people like me who just sometimes are just wasting time.
I do. Oh crap! Sorry. I do think they're for me. They look really cool. Like, what's this first one?
Okay, the first one is Smash Hit. So, we have a video here, which we'll show you later. This is the website of Smash Hit.
I heard about this weeks ago, I think.
Yeah. So basically, it's like a first-person thing. You're moving towards. You're just moving forward, right? You have no way to control it. By the way, this video is courtesy of Game Turka channel from YouTube.
Okay.
Look at that. See, so you press on the screen where you want to throw
balls.
The balls. I think they're metal balls.
So do you just go for high scores or is
Well, okay, you see those pyramids, you're supposed to hit them to get more balls. You see the number of balls you have, the number up there. You see the number up there, 42, 41. So but every time you hit, your numbers become less because as you saw the numbers, the balls fell off.
Okay.
So it's basically that. It's just to waste time, and while you're waiting for like a meeting or something.
It does look pretty fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
It's iOS and Android.
Android, yeah.
And it's for free, right?
It's free.
Okay.
There's a premium version wherein if you get the premium version, you basically are able to start from, I think, a stage where you ended.
Oh, it keeps your progress.
It keeps your progress. If you started from, if you're playing the free one, no matter how far, you start from the beginning.
Okay.
And I have another one.
This one I'm probably gonna try after the show.
This one
really
is
fun.
called OffRoad Kings. So it reminds you of an old game. I don't remember the name anymore. I remember the old game. It was a motorcycle.
Excite Bike.
Excite Bike. There you go.
So it's Excite Bike.
It's Excite Bike. But as you progress, you earn coins, and the more coins you have, the more budget you have to like upgrade your engine, your tires, better shock absorbers, 4x4, all that, and it's really fun.
It's new too, right?
It's relatively new.
It came out this month. There have been other games that look similar, but this one looks.
The physics engine is great. It's fun. It's nothing serious, but look at that. It's fun. So you get coins to earn more coins, and then you'll see later there's like a gas container, the red container.
Is that like a boost
so there you go.
something?
No. Because look at the bottom. You see there, you have a gasoline. tank.
So you see how long you can.
Yeah, because otherwise you lose. You won't have gas and you won't be able to continue. Game over.
Nice.
That's it.
I'm gonna download that. Is it free?
It's free. Okay. Oh yeah. So you can. There are in-app purchases, like so you can buy coin. So you can upgrade if you don't want to do it.
But you could also just not buy that.
Yeah,
you can
just
That's
play
cool.
it.
OffRoad Kings.
Oh, and you can pick from several cars. So you can have a 4x4. You can have a monster truck. You can have a school bus.
Oh wow. Okay, I'm gonna use. Oh, Magic School Bus. Random news is coming back in 3D. Do you remember Magic School Bus? You don't know Magic School Bus? Okay, different generation, I think.
My sister,
Magic School Bus?
set, just looked at me.
It's coming back as a. They're working on a new Magic School Bus. So if anybody recognizes that,
I think she just said the old geezer thing to me.
So you gotta watch Magic School Bus.
I'll check it out.
So anyway, before we end, we wanted to cover some tips and questions that some
we got
viewers.
a tip. We got a tip via Twitter.
Yeah.
Right?
What is this, by the way? I'm not
Hey, can you pronounce his name?
Otaku Gaijin. Yeah.
There you go, because I might mispronounce it. So he just basically sent us a link about the Haswell chip, real world performance, saying that Corsair is saying that DDR3 1600 is not enough.
Not enough for
The Haswell chips.
yet.
It's slow.
Oh, I see. And are they still selling DDR3? Why is he giving us this tip?
I guess because some people might be cheapskates and they build their own desktops.
They'll see the cheaper RAM and they'll say, I can save some.
It's the same. Like for example, they'll get 4 gig chips
Yeah.
at 1600 rather than maybe
A higher speed.
2 gig chips at maybe at higher speed. So this article basically says that if you are on Haswell, don't get DDR3 1600.
So you just have anywhere above that, you're safe.
You're safe. We'll put it in the show notes. There's a link here that we'll put in the show notes so they can see. There's a graph that basically shows it. I think if you go like to an Apple store, if you buy a Haswell-based machine, I don't think you get memory rated at 1600.
I don't think
anymore.
so. Yeah. That's been phased out. Probably.
So I think this article is basically. This article is for those that build their own.
Okay, so that's a good tip from Otaku Gaijin. Thank you. And
Thank you so much.
There's another one from. This is a question from at AJMan18. Is flashing custom mods to Android devices okay for you? What do you think of Cyanogen mod or other mods? Quick fix for updates.
Well, I had my wife got a free phone from her carrier back then. It was an HTC Magic, and it had all the bloat.
All the carrier installed,
it had all the carrier
stuff.
Yeah, bloat basically.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a fast phone to begin with. So I did do this. I put Cyanogen mod.
And sped up the experience.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it put all the regular marketplace stuff.
Okay.
Because it was installed with the carrier marketplace, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, me personally, I would only ever buy a Nexus device or a Google Play edition
Because it's stock.
But if I have an older phone, I would probably install Cyanogen mod. Just to give it, some more
if for example,
speed boost.
I received a free phone, and it had all the stuff.
You use that to clean it up, basically.
I clean it up.
Yeah. So definitely okay for us for those situations.
Yep.
But if we have a regular Nexus device, Google Play edition, it's fine already.
Oh yeah, of course, because it's no bloat.
Yeah, I'm already fine with that. I don't need to do any of that other stuff.
Yep.
So thanks for sending in that question. And I guess that's it. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, if you want to send in your questions, you can contact us, putotech.com/contact, or you can find all of that info on the description below. And if you want to subscribe, you can find us on iTunes. Just search for PutoTech. And we're also on the...
Oh yeah, by the way, I remembered your mom.
What about my mom?
By the way, it's PUTO.
Yeah,
Tech.
not PUTA.
Yes.
Apparently... Yeah, so people can mix that up, and that's not a good thing to do. And we're also on the YouTube channel of New Media Factory.
Yeah, and please visit our website, PutoTech.com. There's a lot of information there, both for the young and the older.
Air cons.
Air conditioners.
And we'll see you again next week.
All right. Goodbye, Putos.
On any program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the New Media Factory. Some programs on this network might include strong images and language and may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.